Hey everyone, I'm Jasmine and welcome back to My Life Unveiled, where every moment is a revelation and every story is a journey. Today we're going to peel back the layers of this thing called life, from the beauty to the chaos to everything that just sums it all up when life be lifing. We have an extraordinary guest on here today that is going to take us through her truth and her revelation and just her journey as to becoming who she is and showing us what her purpose is in life. Today we have Brittanie T, as we so affectionately call her, Brittanie Thomas. And I just want to welcome everyone into My Life Unveiled. Brittanie. Look, every time I call you, Brittanie. We always sing a short song before we start our conversations. I'm so glad that you were my first guest.
I'm honored to be your first guest. This is such an honor.
It's an honor?
It is.
It is. It's an honor that you're honored.
I love honor. I love the theme of honor, and so that's another day, another conversation.
Listen, I was about to say, that's going to be a whole different show.
But I love the theme of honor. So when I say it's an honor, I mean it deeply.
Wholeheartedly.
I
appreciate you being here today just to share a little bit of your life with the guests and letting them know how deeply rooted you are into this purpose-driven life. Giving them a little insight as to where it started, where it went, where it came back to, and then where it's going.
Okay. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Meeting you and learning about your mission and your vision for your life, learning about what your goals are, not just for yourself, but for other people and helping other creatives, really helped me get started with this show. So I just want to say thank you for being amazing.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that one, but great.
Being an advocate for creatives.
Okay.
Because we need that. We need that advocate that's going to stand in the gap and just help us be able to get to where we need to get to. And then also help us figure out what tools do we need. And then also help us figure out what's the right inspiration. Because it's always, you have to be very picky with what you let inspire you.
That's real.
You do.
That's so real.
And you inspired me. You inspired me greatly. Wow. And I would not be sitting here today with you unless I saw the many things that you were doing and just the influence that you had. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do what God said.
I love it. Well, shout out to you. You're doing it.
Thank you.
And you look good.
Thank you. You look good too. I love all of this. I know they can't see all of this. But when I tell you all of this is
it's given a little bit.
No, it's given a lot of bit.
Enough. It's a lot.
Not enough. It's given a lot of bit.
Okay.
So I met you through one of our mutual friends. Shout out to Angel.
My bestie.
She was like, listen, that's my best friend. That's my best friend. I said, you right, that's your best friend.
4th grade bestie.
She's not playing. So 4th grade.
Yeah.
Where was that at? Like what town? Like where'd you grow up?
Glassboro.
Not Glassboro.
Glassboro, New Jersey. We are the home of the Bulldogs. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your childhood and growing up in Glassboro and being Angel's best friend in the 4th grade. Like tell me where it all started for you. Because I feel like being a creative for you started early.
Yeah, so growing up in Glassboro, my family is, at least as far back as I know, has always been in that central Glassboro, what they call like Elk Township aura, region. And so I only knew, Glassboro. And so for me, that was, I can remember what we called down the house, which was a home that my dad grew up in. that my aunt then inherited, and then it was just like the gathering place for us as a family. For holidays, we would stay the night, and my aunt would help us with making cookies and doing all the things, and it was always just location wise, Glassboro has always been home, and it's always been a place for family to come back together. And so, throughout my childhood, I don't know, I think the whole creative aspect, my dad is a musician, and I grew up knowing a little bit about his story, where when he was younger, before him and my mom got married, he had a band called Ambassadors for Christ. And I had a chance to hear some of that music that they had, on tape, and then it was converted to CD at some point, and I got to hear my dad as a composer, as a songwriter, as a singer, as a producer, as a band leader, and then my mom is like leading songs that he wrote, and my cousins is on backgrounds, and then my godfather is helping on keys.
So you had no choice.
It's in me.
You had no choice.
It's the exposure is in me, and then church. Of course, that's a big part of my childhood and my upbringing is being in church every Sunday, singing in church every Sunday. Again, it's family, so it's a family church. The church was built by my grandfather, my uncle, and it's just family. It's family. It's music. It's creativity. It's how we connect. It's our love language. It's our safe space, and that's always just been a part of my journey.
That's amazing. I love hearing a good grew up in church story. Being there, getting it all started, just having that foundation in Christ. Having that foundation in gospel music. I know you excelled as an artist, and you did gospel music, you did R&B music, you did what?
I did life music.
You did like I like that.
I did life music.
You did life music. What does that mean?
It means that in the season in which I was writing the music and living out the lyrics, that's what ended up being recorded. That's what ended up being distributed to the public. So I've done live music,
So recording that music and, being in those moments at those times were different, right? But how is it now going back and listening to that music that you previously recorded and going back to those spaces and those emotions? Like, what does that do for you?
Yeah, it does a few things, and I'm going to give you this visual. You know how it is sometimes when you see those Facebook memories pop up?
Cringeworthy?
And it's like,
oh, did I say that?
Okay. Sometimes it feels like that, I'm writing music in a time, right, that certain life experiences are happening. Particularly my first album, I wrote that in a time where I had just graduated college, moved to Baltimore. On one hand, I was in a good space. I was living in an artist residence with all artists. And so there was a lot of creativity around me that was inspiring my life. But I was also in a place where, I still didn't really know who I was. And I was in a horrible, relationally, I was in some horrible situations and experimenting with new drugs and just being in that artist space very wide open in ways that were not good for me and to me. So that some of that comes out in the music.
Yeah.
And when I listen back to it, sometimes I'm like, girl,
what was you
doing?
What was you doing? What was
you talking about? And what was you doing?
Who raised you?
Who?
And why?
But then, even in all of that, the beauty is that I can also still hear how, the hand of God was on my life. And, even when you think you out here tripping, you can also still see how faithful God is and how much he will literally just cover you and hide you so that it don't appear to the public
that you're going through these
that
things.
You're going through the
that
things.
You're doing these
that
things.
You're doing the things
yes.
that you really are doing.
Yes.
So it's a mixed bag of emotion, but overall, when I listen to that music now, I can be proud. I can be like, girl, you did that.
Right.
And regardless of all the content,
right.
You did it.
It was a journey.
it was a journey.
Of your life.
Yeah.
This wasn't a God.
Next time,
This wasn't
on
all
My Life
you.
Unveiled.
This was all me. This was pride.
Yeah.
This was arrogance. And this put me on a track where now I was trying to figure out ways to make money. This put me into a path where I was now prostituting, where I was now out here just willing to make money in whatever way I needed, because I needed to be able to live up to the hype. And I didn't have the humility. I didn't have the moment yet. But to get to the moment came in 2000.
Girl, this is getting way too good. You better share this content. Tune back into My Life Unveiled. Hi, my name is Jasmine Moore, and I am the visionary here at B3 Media. Since I was a little girl, God would come to me in my dreams and just give me things that He wanted me to do, and I would wake up and I would do them. I'm here to do that for you. I'm here to just help empower women that have those unfulfilled dreams and help them strategize to get them done. You can find me on all social media platforms at Jasmine J. Moore.
Experience the power of women's storytelling on B3 Media TV.